about? There it is.
There we go. I forgot
There.
all about how to do that. Perfect. See what a week does?
Yeah. I had to text my daughter. I couldn't remember what her password was to the computer.
That's amazing.
I'm sitting here. I'm like, what the hell is it? I'm like, I know it's password and then a couple numbers, and I could not figure it out. So I texted her. I said, I can't figure out what the hell the password is. And she texted back. She's like, are you kidding? And I'm like, I wish I was, but I have no clue. I said, is it password 456? And she's like, no, it's password 445. And I'm like, oh, yeah, that's right.
That's what happens. That's what happens, folks, whenever you have no, and you take a week off podcasting.
Yeah. It feels like
totally
it's been longer.
lose it.
Has it been? It's been over a week, hasn't it? It's been a week and a half.
Oh, it might have been.
Because we did. Oh. Yeah, it's been last week.
Well, last Tuesday is when I got my tooth extraction, and you weren't feeling great.
That's right.
So we just decided to skip it.
Yeah. Would it have been? I think it was on the 20th because we did the two banger. We banged it twice.
Yeah, probably. So it's been a week since we recorded, but not a week since it's released. So yeah, it's a little bit different on our end, but
yeah.
Anyway, we're here again. We're gonna talk some interesting stories. I found some cool stuff that I want to throw at Mitch to see how he reacts, because watching Mitch react to things is one of the reasons that I started this show with him.
This is one of those. It'd be perfect to actually have a video of the sheer confusion on my face, what I'm gonna look like when I'm hearing this for the first time.
Many of my favorite people in this life, I've often said to them, like, I would watch an entire YouTube channel of just you just reacting to things, and you're one of those people. Like,
well, I appreciate that.
It's so funny. So you have to excuse me, anybody that may or may not be listening. Anybody who is listening, because people who aren't listening aren't going to have any idea. I am a little under the weather, which we learned was, I'm under the, I'm on the secondary level of the pirate ship, out of the weather, because I'm not feeling well. So that's the etymology of that.
Wait, say that again. I've never heard this one. You're on the second.
We went over it in one of the episodes.
Did we?
Yeah. So the term under the weather is, so if there was a sailor who was sick, they would put him under the weather, under, like, if you're up on the outer part of the ship, you're in the weather. If you're under the ship, you're under the weather.
You're right. See, this goes right back to, I don't remember, 2 weeks ago or however long it was. Yep. Now that you said that, that was pretty out of it on my part. I apologize.
Hey, no worries. So I apologize in advance if anybody hears me, coughing or whatever. I will try to edit out if I have a coughing fit, but I think I'm gonna do all right. But so I don't know, man. Let's just go. Like, what's been going on? It's been a while. Let's catch up a little.
We do need to catch up. Look, I just looked at the calendar. It has been 2 weeks since we've done a show, so that's why I can't remember crap. I can't remember 2 weeks ago. Yeah, we did. We got to give a shout out to my cousin Kurt. Actually, it's my wife's cousin, but like I said, I just consider him my cousin, because he did have that response about cranberry sauce. We should read it. Yes.
Let's find it real quick.
Yeah, you might be able to find it quicker than I can, so this is what happens. You write into our show, we will acknowledge you, we will read, and we will learn things. And my God, we learn things.
All right. Kurt, 2 weeks ago, he said, good Thanksgiving food debate. This is on our episode called The Jiggler Judge, episode 2. He wrote in on Spotify, and under the Q&A section, under the poll, it says, good Thanksgiving food debates. When it comes to the cranberry sauce, I have heard that it helps settle the tummy after consuming turkey. For that reason, I believe it serves a purpose at the table.
Yep. And that makes sense, and I didn't Didn't even register until I heard that, and it's like that's a very good. I don't know what the word is. I want to try to think. I wasn't wanted to be fancy and say a big word, but I can't think of a big word. What it is?
Hey, it's okay. It's okay.
It's learning. I learned it.
So also, Mitch, we have a review we can read on our iTunes.
No kidding.
Yeah, remember we looked it up.
We
You were
did
reading
look
it to
this
me
up.
from
Yeah.
some random user named Pickle Van Fleet. Not sure. Pickle Van Fleet. And the review is it's a 5-star review. It's titled "Excellent, Funny, and Informative." Ineffably Sublime is a 5-star delight. Spirit of the Woodpecker, Mitch and DeeJ's dynamic banter and witty insights create an engaging atmosphere that keeps listeners hooked. The diverse range of topics from Thanksgiving foods to thought-provoking questions guarantees a delightful surprise in every episode. Their humor is infectious, making each episode a joyous escape. The well-structured segments and creative games add an extra layer of fun. It is a perfect blend of entertainment, knowledge, and laughter. The hosts' chemistry and the show's unique charm make it an absolute must-listen. In a podcast landscape, Ineffably Sublime stands out as a true gem.
Fantastic. I love
Look
it.
at that. That is a well-rounded review. If I had to review that review, I would give it a tungsten carbide hazelnut.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I don't know if we call him Mr. Van Fleet. I just call him Pickle. We call him Mr. Pickle.
It's funny because that's my gamer tag is Mr. Picklebush. So like hearing that, I don't know, that's weird.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you have another pickle friend? Like, is there any
I don't know, but
family
Van Fleet is from Greta Van Fleet, like the band.
Oh, yeah.
So Pickle Van Fleet, that's freaking wild, man. I don't know who that is.
I love the name. Absolutely love the name. Even love the review even more.
Yeah. So tungsten carbide hazelnut on the Pretty Nuts rating system. That's good with me.
That is very good. Very good. And thank you, Pickle Van Fleet. And of course, thank you, Kurt, who we call each other Squanchy. I've mentioned this a couple times on this show. We're I don't think we're as huge a Rick and Morty fans as we used to, but we would always one of our first conversations about Rick and Morty was, "Hey, did you watch that episode with Squanchy?" We're like, "Yeah," and it's because everything was Squanchy and everything was so it just turned into he calls me that, I call him and all of his sons, Liam, Ollie, and Abe. I call them all little Squanchies. Then we
what a great episode.
Yeah. Oh, it is. It is. There's the scene when he's pleasuring himself in the closet in the garage, and he's got the belt around his neck, and he's, "Can't you see I'm squanching in here?"
It's funny because I didn't realize it, and it took me out of it. That he's voiced by Tom Kenny.
Yes, he is. You're right.
So all I could hear was SpongeBob.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is wild. Like,
yep.
What a wild show.
Yeah. That's I kind of want to start watching it again, but I don't know. The last 2 seasons just kind of haven't been the same. Like when I watch it, I usually try to go back to, season 1 through 3. I think was like, to me, that was the best right there.
I agree.
Yeah.
I'll probably pick it back up eventually. I like season 4 from what I remember. I just haven't. It's been a while, so
yeah.
I'm sure I'll pick it back up. But anyway, Mitch, tell me about your Thanksgiving. Did you have any wild, things that happened, or was it pretty normal? Mine was exceedingly normal.
Yeah. I didn't have anything. Crazy at our house. We ate here. I went up to my sister Leanne's house. My niece who lives down in Florida, her and her fiance came up, so I got to hang out with them. Might have hopefully recruited some more listeners that had, that I don't normally get to talk to very often, and I'm not friends with on Facebook or anything, so they had no idea that I was even doing a podcast. And the one girl was like, she always likes me to tell stories. I always have funny stories, she always wants me to say something. She's like, "Mitch, tell me a funny story." I'm like, I can't think of anything. So she did it here Thursday night, and I'm like, well, you're in luck, I said, because even when you don't see me, you can still hear me talk like a moron, and you go to this podcast right here. So here's hoping we've gained a few followers in that regard. But no, really, my Thanksgiving was pretty lame. A lot of turkey. Was hoping for ham, but I never didn't get ham, but that's okay.
That's okay. Ham is for Christmas.
It is, yeah. I
That's
could
the
do
way I
ham
see
all
it.
the time.
I mean,
We
I'm
get
with
that.
you.
Yeah, we get that one that you get at Walmart. It's got the brown sugar glaze.
Oh, like the
Oh.
purple foil package?
Yes.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
And it's already sliced, so you just basically just plop it in the oven.
It's funny. I saw a local, like a local smokehouse.
Mhm.
Shout out to Brody's, I think it was. And I so badly want to buy it. It's $79.99, and you can go and buy a ham that they smoked
Oh, that would be
for
probably
Christmas. And I'm like, dude, that sounds so good, but I'm not paying $80.
No, there's no ham worth $80. No, there's no food at all worth $80. I don't feel.
I'm sure there's a steak out there that is worth $80, but I'll never know.
All right, here's my hot take. I'm not a huge fan of steak. Like, I'll eat it, but I'm not like if we go to Outback, everyone's like, "Oh, you gotta get the steak." I'll eat it, but I'm not gonna go out of my way to order a steak. It's I don't know if it's a hot take or whatever. I don't know what it is, but it's a little bit about me. I just think steaks are a tad overrated. And another thing that I get looks at is I usually use ketchup to dip my steak.
I mean, ketchup is not far off from steak sauce, so
Not really, but I get looks when I squeeze the old ketchup bottle, and they're like, "You're dipping your steak in ketchup?" Yeah. And
I mean, I've been known to put marinara on my steak.
ooh,
It's
I never
delicious.
thought of that. Okay.
Which is
Yeah.
it was an accident. We not really an accident, but there's this interesting story. Me and my bandmates, we back in the day when we would just get stoned out of our minds, we one day did that. We were absolutely obliterated, sky's the limit level high, and decided that we wanted to walk into I believe it was Ponderosa still.
Oh, okay.
And we all went into Ponderosa. It's a funny story, but we ordered, I wanted just the buffet because I just wanted a limitless supply of whatever I wanted.
Mm-hmm.
And my buddy Sebastian, he ordered a steak. And I think I was like, you know what? That sounds good. I'll also get a steak and the buffet. Like, just because whatever. And then my pal Lane was beside me, and I can't remember who all was there. I just remember those two. Anyway, Lane gets up and decides he's like, I gotta go to the bathroom. So he goes to the bathroom, and he's gone for, I don't know, 40 minutes.
Oh.
And he comes back and he sits down and he looks over and he goes, "How long was I gone?" I said, "You were gone for a while." He goes, "I don't remember anything."
Wow.
He goes, "I literally looked at the doorway, looked back at you, then looked back at the doorway, and I said, 'How long was I gone?' I said, 'Dude, you've been gone for a while. Your steak has been sitting there this entire time.'" And he's like, "That's crazy. I think I was just standing in the bathroom. Like, I don't remember anything."
Oh
I'm
my
like, wow, okay.
God.
So anyway, we start getting our food, or something like our food came to us right at that point. Anyway, you know how when you order a steak, the waitress has to ask you to like cut into it to make sure that it's
Yes.
cooked properly? So
Yeah.
she asked him that, "Hey, can you cut into your steak to make sure it's cooked properly?" And he's like, he was trying to be, I don't know what the word it is that I'm looking for. He was trying to be like, I don't want to say funny, but he was like inquisitive about it. And I guess it came off as rude because he said, "Do you have to stand here and watch me cut this?" And she's like, "I don't have to."
Right.
And he's just like, "Cool, thanks." So she just goes, "Okay," and just walks away.
Wow.
And then comes back and decides to just give us a whole different waitress.
No
And
shit.
yeah, and I was like, why are you? She's like, well, that one thought this one was being rude. I'm like, wow, this is a wild scenario.
Yeah.
I'm way too fucked up for this. So like, I just, whatever. So I just grabbed my steak and I started like cutting my steak and I was dipping it into marinara sauce without realizing that I was doing that. And
Yeah.
someone called me out and they were like, are you dipping your steak in marinara? And I'm like, yeah, it's pretty fucking delicious, actually.
Yeah. That.
So I've been doing that ever since.
Yeah. So I took one night of heavy. What do we call it? Heavy on the herbs. We'll call it. Do we want to call it that, or just stoned out of your mind? I would just be blunt about it.
Either or.
Yeah.
But yeah, so ever since then, every time I go to like Fox's, I'll order a like a steak wedgie and I'll like dip it in their pizza sauce. Like it's delicious.
Wow. That is interesting. I may have to try that.
Yeah, it's like oddly delicious for no reason. Like I don't get it. It's not ketchup, so you don't have this like that crazy vinegar aftertaste, but you still get this like tomatoey yummy. It's good.
Yeah. Here's another. Okay, I just thought of this other. It's a steak related story. I'm gonna another one of these. I'm gonna tell a story that's gonna show just how much of an idiot I am and used to be. So I went with This isn't the same friend where I scraped the food in the bathroom. This was a different friend. We ended up going somewhere to eat. I don't remember where it was. It was him. I think there was like two other friends and their mother. So this was like, I was probably, I don't know, early teens. So I was still very fresh in the, speaking up and ordering, by myself. I was always one of these big pusses that always had my mom order for me.
Gotcha.
So we ended up going to, it was like Outback or something like that. So everyone in line, they all wanted steak, so this was, the mother had some money, so it was no big deal. So the one guy, steak, well done, steak medium well. Well, I didn't want steak. I wanted it was like a grilled chicken sandwich. So I said, I'll have the chicken well done. And everyone looked at me and I'm like, what? They're like, there's no levels of how you cook chicken. It's just chicken. And I'm like, well, how the hell was I supposed to know? I didn't know. Everyone else was saying well done. So I just assumed that chicken had a tier of how it was cooked.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Yeah. So to this day, when I do see this family, they'll be like, how's your well done chicken? I'm like, yeah, I deserve that.
If you ever find yourself out to eat with them ever again, order chicken, but order it like medium rare.
Medium rare, yeah.
just to fuck with them.
Yeah, yep, I should. Yeah, that's a little bit of me. Another part of Uncle Mitch's story times.
That's so funny
to tell what kind of a total doofus I was, and I like to say stupid things once in a while.
Don't we all?
Yeah.
All right, well, now that we've caught up officially, let's go ahead and dive in.
Let's go. Let's do it.
All right. Another round of Ineffably Sublime. Here we go. I'm going to read you this story. All right. I don't want you to guess. I just want your reaction at the end. Okay.
All right.
Okay. Once upon a time, in the ancient city of Rome, a peculiar ritual unfolded along the banks of the Tiber River. Priestesses performed sacred ceremonies and animals met their fate in the name of the divine. Little did they know a magical alchemy was taking place beneath their feet. As the heavens wept, raindrops mingled with the remnants of the animal sacrifices in a concoction of melted fat and sacred ash.
Ooh.
Nature, in its clandestine brilliance, transformed this offering into a mysterious potion. The riverbanks, once merely mud and clay, now cradled a secret gift. One day, a curious washerwoman named Isabella ventured into the river to cleanse her garments of the city's elite. As she dipped the cloth into the enchanted mixture, she discovered an extraordinary phenomenon. Bubbles danced on the water's surface and a luscious foam emerged. Word spread like wildfire, and soon the citizens of Rome clamored for this newfound elixir of cleanliness. The accidental union of sacrificial remnants and celestial tears had birthed to what we now know as soap. As centuries passed, the tale of soap's serendipitous genesis wove itself into the fabric of history. Isabella, the unwitting alchemist, became a legend, and the riverbanks turned into a pilgrimage site for those seeking for the transformative magic of soap. And so, the story of soap became a testament to the wonders that can arise from the most unexpected places. A tale told in bubbles and foamy whispers, along with the timeless river of Tiber.
So they were sacrificing animals, and it ran into the river and made, so basically it's like animal fat turned into soap.
Yeah.
Wow.
Isn't that nuts?
That is. Wow.
Totally unexpected. I was washing dishes and I was like, how did this come to be?
Yeah. So there's
like, how did this set of chemicals, someone's just like, if you use this on this, then you can eat off it again.
Yeah. Wow. So that's some pretty wild stuff there.
Right?
And that's a great name, Isabella, name of my daughter.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Can't go wrong with that. So, yeah, that is some wild. That is. Because I kept thinking, I'm like, when are you going to throw me the huge curve? So I was like really, really paying attention.
That's good.
And then, yeah, that is. And all because she was just washing garments. She ends up seeing bubbles. Every time you said bubbles, I think of Trailer Park Boys. But you kept saying bubs. Wow. And what'd you say what were the bubbles? They were gyrating or luscious dancing? Luscious dance.
They were dance on the water's surface and luscious foam emerged.
Luscious foam. Okay. Wow. Now, is that a true story? Is this really true? Or is this like...
I'm assuming it's true.
It kind of has like a true feel to it. Because
even if the name was changed to protect the innocent, either way, like I'm pretty sure that's how it came to be.
And I do feel like I've heard like a story, like somebody saying, "Oh, did you know that, soap is actually, made from, animal fat or something like that."
Well, they say
that's where it came from. I feel like I've heard that.
They say that if you put like bleach on your skin and it has like a soap, like it's slippery, that's because you're turning your own fat into soap.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. I'm telling you, this podcast is teaching me stuff left and right.
Right. The stuff that we won't remember 2 weeks from now.
Exactly. Because you're going to say something about Isabella and the Tiber River, and I'll be like, who?
Yeah, what are you talking about?
What the hell do you mean Tiber River? Luscious.
Well, we never talked about that.
Yeah.
So
I swear
funny.
to God, I don't remember the under the weather. I think what threw me off was when you said the second level or something, maybe. I don't know. Something threw me off. Yeah. That's a cool story. I like that.
Yeah. Now, the other ones are relatively shorter, but they're still pretty cool. So you ready for the next one?
Oh, bring it.
Deep within the aromatic chaos of Moon's Tavern, Chef George Crumb found himself locked in a culinary duel with a customer who craved the impossible. Okay. Thinner fried potatoes. In a fit of rebellious inspiration, George Crumb sliced the spuds paper thin, sending them into sizzling hot oil. To his surprise, this crispy rebellion emerged from the kitchen as a gastronomic masterpiece. Each chip, delicately seasoned and perfectly crisp, told a story of defiance that echoed through time, becoming the legendary snack we now know as potato chips.
Oh, my favorite snack are potato chips.
Right? So all because this guy was just being a douche and was like, screw your customer complaints. I'm going to give you the thinnest thing ever. Fuck you.
That's kind of my thought is like, Like the same asshole keeps coming in every time. You're like, what the fuck are you breaking? Like, all right, you know what? You can go suck it. Here, have this shit. And then here it turns into potato chips.
He's like, what?
Wow.
5-star chef created this masterpiece. This is amazing. It's exactly what I was asking for.
I love the name George Crumb too.
George Crumb.
Yeah, George Crumb.
Created one of the most crumbly snacks of all time.
Yep. Like I said, I think we were just talking about this at work. We were talking about like, are we a salty snack lover or a chocolate? And I am by far I'm a potato chip. I'm a chip guy before I am a chocolate guy. I mean, I have
my moments, but I am far and away. Definitely, I like chips.
Yeah, like when I go to the Dollar General, that's a couple 100 feet away from me. When I'm walking around and looking, I look at the candy stuff, but then I usually always grab potato chips or Doritos or something. I'm a crunchy, salty guy, not a chocolatey guy. Like I said, there's some times with the Butterfinger. I'll dabble, but nah. Give me the chips. So thank you, George Crumb, and thank you to the asshole customer complaint he was always getting. Wish we knew who that guy was. The guy that kept giving him shit.
Yeah, I don't know.
Wow, all because of a fight, basically.
Right?
It's amazing how things get invented. Like
It
already
is insane.
with these two already, it's like killing animals and getting in a fight with a customer.
Right?
I can't wait for the next one.
Anyway, I was gonna say before we move on to the next one, if I had to choose between chocolate and chips, I'm probably choosing chips. But if I had to choose between chips or gummies, I'm probably gonna choose the gummies.
Are you a gummy guy?
I am through and through. I love fruity snacks. Like Gushers, fruit roll-ups.
Oh man.
I like tart gummies.
See, what is it? I always see. Is it you that always gets the Sour Patch Kids at work? I can't.
Sheila gets them a lot. I don't.
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
I do get them on occasion, but they fuck up my tongue. So
I can't do. I'm okay with gummies. Oh boy, I tell you what, I went to town on those Haribo gummies.
Oh man.
And I was not at home. And let's just say I don't like doing koozies other than at my house. And I had to basically waddle like a duck for about, I don't know how many hundreds of feet till I got to a restroom at Lowe's because, yeah, and I did not know till after I, consumed the whole bag, basically, that's got some sort of ingredient that goes right through your gastrointestinal area.
I'm pretty sure it's the pectin.
Okay, yep, that's what it is. Yep.
I'm pretty sure it's the pectin. It lines your body and lets everything move nice and smooth, bro.
Wow. Oh boy, does it ever. Because and it hit hard and fast. Like I was fine, then I'm like, all right, there's no way I'm gonna make it home. Like I'm gonna have to go. Then it's like I might just end up going right here in the middle of the store. Like I don't know if I'm gonna. I was like in a full on sweat. Like it was a I guess you call them a dump sweat. I guess.
Huh.
It was brutal, and I've never touched them ever again. And if I do, I now know have a couple and eat them close to home base. But. Yeah, like gummies. Yeah, gummies. I'm okay with gummies. I'd probably do. I think my tier would be chips, then chocolate, then gummies. I believe.
Interesting. I mean, I just have always been a gummy boy. Like it's just my
gummy boy.
That's my jam.
Gummy boy.
Gummy boy. It's funny. I was going through my my Chat GPT history the other day, looking at like what things because I'll use Chat GPT like it's Google. And I'll just ask it questions. And one of them the other day was how does my colon know I'm home?
Oh my God. And what did it say? I want to know do you remember what it said?
Hold on, I'll tell you.
Because that is true. There's been so many.
It's
we're
funny
talking
too, because it'll label your chats with like
Uh-huh.
what it thinks it is, like. And this one's called home toilet recognition.
That sounds like a scientific term that is very accurate.
Right? So
Yeah.
here's my question. How does my colon know that I'm at my home toilet? Because I swear to God, dude, I will feel completely normal, and the second I walk in,
Uh-huh.
my body's just like, oh, you gotta go right now, bro.
Yep,
Right
yep.
now.
Yeah, buddy.
Anyway, so its answer was your body's recognition of being at your home toilet is likely based on familiar sensory cues, such as the environment, smells, muscle memory associated with that specific location. Additionally, your brain might have formed a connection between the sensation of needing to use that toilet and the context of being home through past experiences. My response to that was, ugh.
Yeah, that's very ugh. Like,
it says,
Oh, go ahead.
It says, I'm here to help if there's something specific bothering you. There's no messages after that.
Yeah, conversations ended now. But yeah, like, I always seem to, anytime I go up to Du Bois, no matter where we eat, it hits me. And it's almost always the same spot. Like, I'm okay when I'm in Du Bois most of the time. There's a Bonton story that I could tell another day. Another day we're talking about poo, I guess. And I don't remember where we ate at Fusion.
Okay.
But no, you know what? It's back when it was Ponderosa at the time, because I was afraid to go there anymore, because we ate at Ponderosa, went to the mall. We're on our way home. We get to about where the same spot. There's a PennDOT station right up at the top of the mountain, and right then and there, it was like everybody in the car heard my stomach make this horrendous sound. Then it's like, all right, my body knows that I'm about 10 minutes from home, and let's just hope it can last that long. And it's almost every time though. Sometimes I think it might be just in my head though. Sometimes, but that drive down Rockton Mountain, 9 times out of 10 is a very stressful drive.
It's a long 14 minutes, huh?
Yeah, 14 minutes. I still can't. That is so great. I just wished I would have owned up to that when I texted you. When you said 40, I'm like, yeah, that's what I meant. I meant 14.
Still the greatest thing ever. 14 minutes. I just need 14 minutes. We're always 14 minutes away from shitting ourselves. How about?
Yeah. If you get to 15, it's
too late for you.
Yep, it's too
late.
That's
so funny. All right, Mitch, you ready?
Let's do this.
High in the Swiss Alps, engineer George de Mistral embarked on a mountainous walk with his faithful dog. Upon their descent, both were adorned with stubborn burrs. Intrigued by the tenacious hooks of nature, Mistral envisioned a fastening mechanism that mimicked this ingenious grip. Tirelessly experimenting, he wove a symphony of tiny hooks and loops, birthing Velcro, a revolutionary invention that embraced the harmony of nature's cling. After forever altering the landscape of fastening and design.
Yeah, I love Velcro.
I mean, yeah, what would the world be without Velcro?
Yeah.
Without George de Mistral?
Yeah, George and his dog, his trusty dog, just walking along the Alps. But still, how did he... Like, did he find this shit when he was walking? How did that go? Like, what was it? He found the burrs? There were burrs? He ran into burrs. I don't even know what the hell a burr is. What is a burr?
It's those little, you ever get those little things? They're like, I don't really know how to describe it.
Oh, those little, the pieces of, okay, I do know what those are.
Yeah, those.
Yeah, and they get stuck to those sharp things. They get stuck to your clothes, and then you gotta pull. Okay, that is a burr. All right.
So he probably found those and was like, dude, I can do something. That's the kind of stuff that I would be like, why is this shit stuck to me? I would just throw it away and be like, done with it.
Oh,
this guy's like, I could use this. That's exactly like there's no way my brain would ever work like that.
No, I'm not that smart.
Crazy.
But yeah, that is like I said, I know a lot of people don't like the sound of Velcro.
I don't mind it.
Yeah, I don't mind it at all either. I know every episode I do a Seinfeld reference, but Jerry's dad, he hates the sound of Velcro because Jerry buys him a new wallet and it's Velcro and he rips it open. And he's like, he's like, what the hell is that? I'm like, it's Velcro. He's like, I hate Velcro. So I always think of Morty Seinfeld when I think of Velcro.
Interesting. I think Velcro is a little loud. I wish I had quiet Velcro.
Yeah, that would be. See, there we go. Try to think of a silent Velcro. I don't know if you could do it.
That would be revolutionary, but
it would be. Maybe we
don't think that's going to happen.
George DeMaestro.
Yeah. Demestral.
Okay. Well, he got us this far, though.
That's true.
Yeah. Now, I wonder how long Velcro's been around. Like, did he do this? Let's see. Velcro, when it was invented. It was, there it is. George D. Mastral. Yep, look at those. There are the burrs. Wow. 1940s. It hasn't even been around. Velcro hasn't been around for 100 years yet.
Wow.
Yeah.
Ain't that something?
Yeah. He was an engineer in the 1940s hunting in the Jura Mountains in Switzerland. Wow.
Crazy.
Okay. So, I mean, we still got some time. So, yeah. Thank you to George. He kind of looks like a dick. I don't know. I don't like his face. But at least he got his Velcro, so
fair enough.
I'll forgive him for that. All right.
Well, speaking of quiet things, that will move us swimmingly into the next one. Within the hallowed halls of 3M, a chemist named Dr. Spencer Silver sought a mighty adhesive, but stumbled upon a gentle, reusable formula, a solution in search of a problem. It lay dormant until a fateful day when choir member Art Fry, vexed by slipping bookmarks, discovered its magic in his hymn book. Post-it notes, the humble yet transformative square of stickiness, emerged from its accidental alchemy, forever changing the way we jot, remind, and organize our lives. So this guy wanted to create the most strongest glue ever.
Yeah.
And created a reusable, not very strong glue in the process.
Yeah, Post-it notes suck sometimes. But sometimes they're good, though. I mean, there's sometimes you see Post-it notes hanging for years. But
yeah.
Anytime I use one, it usually falls right apart. Falls right down. Wow.
Well, I mean, if you buy Post-it notes, they're pretty good. But if you buy Dollar General Post-it notes, they're not very good.
Oh, yeah, forget it. Yeah.
It's hard to believe that there's an even weaker yet. This Dr. Spencer Silver would be fucking mind blown if he found out that somebody found an even weaker and reusable formula than what you discovered.
Yeah. Oh my. Yeah, the Post-it note was pretty good invention. I dig it. Yeah, that's one of those things, because there are those certain products where it's like you can't skimp on. Of course, there's always those things that's like, just get the generic version, you're good. Post-it note, yeah, that's right up there with you have to get Post-it notes. If you get anything else, you're not gonna like it. It's gonna suck.
As with most generic brands of things.
Mm-hmm.
I feel that.
Yeah, there are some generic. I tell you what, the generic cereal that you can get at Dollar General, like the s'mores. I don't know what they do to those, but those are so much better than the name brand s'mores cereal.
Oh man, I love generic cereal is delightful.
Yep. It's quite sublime, I think. Mac and cheese, you got to go name brand. I've tried the generic mac and cheese. The powder is fucking weird. Like when it comes out of the pouch, it doesn't even look right. Even when you do the creamy ones, no, it's a weird. Like the one I got, it was like damn near brown when I was, and I wanted to I had to make sure that it wasn't expired, because I'm like, why is this cheese sauce look like shit? And it didn't smell right, and it was, I did not like it. It was not good. And from then on, I'm like, no, when we get mac and cheese, it has to be Kraft, Velveeta, or Cheetos mac and cheese. That's the shit right there, man. Which we've talked about that. Do you still have the case sitting at home?
No, it's gone. It's all been
gone?
used up.
It's all been used up. Yeah. Okay. But yeah, there's some items you gotta buy name brand, and Post-its is definitely right up there. And what was his name? Dr. Sterling Silver or Silver?
Dr. Spencer or something.
Spencer Silver, Spencer Sterling. I don't know, whatever the hell his name was. Yeah, it's just so crazy. Like these inventions are just so wild. It's one of those that makes me feel like maybe I can do this shit. Like I could be walking around and be like, "Oh, check this out." But I know I can't. Like the burrs. Like I never would have thought about making Velcro with burrs.
Right.
But still, then he was an engineer, and I'm very, very far from an engineer. And this Dr. Silver, or whatever his name was, he worked at 3M, or he worked at a church, or no, he worked at 3M.
Yeah, he worked at 3M.
He worked at 3M, but he was doing something with a church. Or was it
until a fateful day when choir member Art Fry, vexed by slipping bookmarks.
Oh, okay. So it was just a choir. All right.
Discovered its magic in a hymn book.
Gotcha.
So maybe this Spencer Silver put it in a hymn book?
Maybe.
Interesting.
So I'm already poo-pooing my thought, because these guys sound smart, because it's got a doctor, you got an engineer. I mean, the potato chip guy, that gives me hope that I could maybe think of something.
Right.
But he might have been a really smart dude too, though.
So, all right. So listen, this next one,
yeah,
doesn't make any sense to me, but we can figure it out together.
All right.
A warm summer evening in San Francisco witnessed the accidental creation of a frozen delight. Young Frank Epperson, captivated by his soda concoction, left outside with a stirring stick. As temperatures dropped, the mixture froze into a solid, frosty treat on a stick. The world's first popsicle, a serendipitous fusion of sweetness and chill. The popsicle became an iconic symbol of cool refreshment, crafted by the whims of nature and the innocence of discovery.
Oh.
So does San Francisco get that cold?
I never thought San Francisco got cold. I thought that was always one of those, it was like 70 degrees. I know like San Diego, I think they say it's like 70 degrees year round. Yeah, I just
find it hard to believe that much, it would freeze that much enough overnight to have a young kid wake up again and be like, wow, look at this, it's froze. Like,
yeah. Now, because weather was a lot different back in the, whenever, I'm assuming this could have been like in the 30s or something.
Potentially, yeah.
So maybe back then it was much colder. Let's see. I'm going to type in on the Weather Channel, see what San Francisco's weather is right now. It's 53 right now. Then you go out now. See, it's like 60s. Like you go to like 20 days, like right up until almost Christmas, it's still 60 degrees. It's 40 degrees overnight. So maybe it might have been during like a weird cold front came through, and it ended up freezing. San Francisco weather. Let's say in January. It's usually, January, average high 58, average low 47. February 61, 48. So that is a little weird. So it might have been, I'm going to say it was just one of those freaky deaky, cold fronts came through, and then it ended up freezing. That's kind of very coincidental. Like, if he would have said he, like, forgot and put it in a freezer, I'd be like, all right. But he had to leave it outside and for it to freeze.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
Yeah, it is.
I find it hard to believe, but
Yeah, I do too. Because like I said,
crazier things have happened.
Yeah. I'm gonna say it was a weird cold front came through. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt that he that's what he really did.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Amidst the clatter and clang of a naval engineer's workshop, a simple experiment took an unexpected turn. A spring tumbled off of a shelf, gracefully walking down instead of plummeting.
Oh,
intrigued by the playful motion, Richard James envisioned a coil of joy that would defy expectations and gravity alike. The Slinky, a simple yet mesmerizing creation, descended into the hearts of generations, embodying the beauty found in the unexpected.
I hate slinkies. I've never been able to get a slinky to work right. I don't know if it's where I always lived. If we had weird steps, it would go down like 2 steps and then it would fucking just roll down the rest of the steps, or it would just like stop, or it would just. I never had luck with slinkies. Never.
Yeah, I bought a slinky last year thinking that it would be awesome, and it doesn't go down my steps at all.
Yeah. Slinkies are the worst, one of the worst toys ever made. I don't know if. Well, yeah. I mean, I guess if you just bought one, because I'm gonna say when I last tried a Slinky, it would have been in probably the 1980s at my grandparents' house, and they did have weird steps there.
Yeah, I mean, this one I bought this at Walmart last Christmas. An original metal Slinky.
Wow. Huh.
So I mean, I like it, but I'll mess with it just in itself. But
yeah. There's a Family Guy episode. I think it might have been one of the newer where there was, of course, you know how Peter does this is weirder than, I don't remember how the segue went to a Slinky getting wet. And it was, do you know this one?
No.
Where the Slinky, I can't remember the exact, I just remember the funny part. Because he's like in his office. I think like the sprinkler system goes off, and he's like trying to delete his browser history, but he rusts up before he hits the delete, and then it goes to the computer screen, and it's like the Google search was Blinky and the Pinky.
What the hell?
Oh my god,
that's funny.
Oh, it's like a dirty website.
Oh, that's hilarious.
I laughed
Family Guy.
I laughed way too hard at that one.
Speaking of soft tangent, but did you see the trailer for Ted?
Yes, the series.
Yeah.
That looks hilarious.
It looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Surprised.
Yeah, I never watched Ted 2. I did watch Ted. I thought
Ted
that
2 was great.
Yeah, I did not get a chance to see Ted 2 yet.
Dude, is it Ted 2? Oh man, which is the one where they go to Comic-Con?
2. I'm almost positive that's 2 because I don't remember. Because isn't that when they're getting ready to park or something, and then there's the guys in the Star Trek uniforms, and she calls them Star Wars or something like. I can't remember how it.
You've never seen it?
No, I've just seen bits and pieces.
Well, I mean, this will probably make you not want to watch it, but there's a big plot point in the movie where they are trying to find Ted, and he's hiding in like a bunch of stuffed animals, and the one guy's like looking for him, and he's like, "What's the only he's like, there's got to be a way to figure it out to flush him out." So he stands there and he starts singing "Sweet Caroline," and he waits for Ted to go ba ba ba. It's hilarious, man. It's so funny.
I'll still watch it, even though that is the second worst song ever made. Easily the second worst song. God,
that's for another episode.
Yeah, we need to do an episode of songs that make us want to friggin' just go on our absolute rage fit.
Yeah. That's so
God.
funny. But that happens, and then one of the other, like, there's two, and I can't remember if it's from Ted 1 or Ted 2, but there's a scene in the movie where they're talking about F. Scott Fitzgerald.
I did see.
Oh
I,
my god, dude! I literally spat my drink out when I saw that. Nothing
I
has
did
ever
see
made me
that.
laugh so hard.
Yeah, I think it was a TikTok I saw that because they're like, "Whoa, why would you say that? The hell did he do to you?"
Like, that's his name. Like, his name is fuck Scott Fitzgerald. Oh man, that scene is so funny.
Seth MacFarlane's he's very. I don't want to call him a genius. He's not a genius, but he's very fun.
He is funny.
You know,
and then there's another scene too where like, it's Patrick Warburton and the guy he's dressed in Star Trek outfit. Like, I don't know his name, but he walks up to Mark Wahlberg and the girl or whatever, and he was just like, "Hey," I forget what his name is. John? Is it John? I think it's John.
Yeah.
He goes, "Hey, John, you know, whatever, you're the guy from the party." And he just goes, "Yeah, I remember you from the party." He goes, "You get a nose job?" He goes, "No." He goes, "Yes, you did, you fucking liar." He's so serious. Like, dude, just the way that the line is delivered is one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life. Like, did you get a nose job? No. Yes, you did, you fucking liar. Like, just so, like, oh man, it's such a weird thing to get mad about, and it just cracks me up.
That's good stuff. I'm gonna have to watch that then. Put that on the
totally
list.
Agree.
Another movie I'm gonna have to watch that I'm behind on.
Okay, so this is a good one since you're product of the of younger generations, and this is still prevalent to my time in school too. Mm-hmm. So, in the sultry heat of Atlanta, Dr. John Stith, something like that. Dr. John Stith Pemberton set out to concoct a medicinal elixir. Little did he know that the syrupy blend of coca leaves and cola nuts, originally intended to soothe ailments, would evolve into the world's most iconic beverage, Coca-Cola.
Oh.
Born in a humble pharmacy, bubbled its way into global fame, sparking smiles and refreshing moments across the globe. A humble remedy transformed into a cultural phenomenon, leaving an indelible mark on the effervescent spirit of humanity.
Nice. Cola nuts.
Cola nuts, yeah.
I didn't know there was such a thing as a cola nut. I wonder what that tastes like. We'd have to put that on our list.
I wonder if it's a tree nut. Cola nuts.
Yeah. Yeah, like what the hell? Like, yeah, I want to know where in the hell.
I'm looking it up.
Yeah, I'm gonna check this out too. A cola nut.
Spelled with a K.
Yeah, it is.
Cola nuts, also known as cola nuts. The seeds are cola, West Africa, and used in traditional ceremonies.
Wow.
Huh.
That is not. I had no idea there was such a thing.
That is nuts.
Oh, they are. Yeah. Oh, they're kind of ugly.
They are kind of ugly.
It looks like these ones are kind of like purple. There's like white ones and then there's purples.
Yeah.
Wow. See now, it's these cola species are trees native to the tropical rainforests of Africa. Caffeine-containing seeds are about 5 centimeters. Applied to various carbonated drinks.
They're tree nuts.
Yeah.
Ain't that something?
Oh, they are tree nuts. Look at you.
Man.
Oh, my God.
I guess I'm not allergic to all tree nuts because I still like Coca-Cola.
Yeah. And now, I don't know if this is true and I haven't Googled this, but I'm almost positive that in the early days, Coca-Cola actually had traces of cocaine in it. Or like a form of cocaine. And like, what was the other thing? Like cold medicine actually had heroin in it. It was like a cold or a cough medicine. I still remember one time I saw like a really old like medicine bottle. It might have been at the place I used to work. And it literally said on there heroin. I'm like, son of a bitch.
All right, let's see here. The scientific research is constantly discovering new things about drugs, such as health benefits and risks of using or misusing them, sometimes leading to discoveries that lead to changes in the way the drug is used. For example, Did you know that Coca-Cola, the original recipe, contained cocaine? Coca-Cola's history has been well documented. The drink was invented in 1885 by John Pemberton, which we just discussed, a pharmacist in Atlanta, Georgia, who made the original formula in his backyard. Pemberton's recipe contained cocaine in the form of an extract of the coca leaf, which inspired the coca part of the beverage's name. The cola comes from the cola nut, which contains caffeine.
So, okay.
When Coca-Cola was invented, cocaine was legal and a common ingredient in medicines. People thought it was safe to use in small amounts.
Yeah. See, I need to learn about the history of. This is gonna sound weird. I need to learn the history of cocaine because, like, because wasn't that shit like originally like in Colombia? Like, wasn't that?
I don't know.
Like, I thought I might be learning my history just from Scarface. That might, and it's not accurate at all. But I thought
it's entirely
I
probable.
guess what cocaine really didn't come into the United States. Like, I wonder if there's like different like variants of cocaine, like the cocaine, like the powder that you snort. Like, does that? I guess it's got to originate somehow. Like, it's got to. Yeah. So it must be this coca leaf or coca. Yeah, coca leaf.
Ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned for episode 5 of Ineffably Sublime, Drugs.
Yeah. Mitch is going to be tripping balls.
The history of drugs.
Yeah. we're going to lay out a table, just a little bit of each thing. And the woodpecker is high as a kite right now.
I do want to do a history of swear words episode. I think that would be a good one.
That would be fantastic because I don't know any of that. And I would love to know, like, who decided that you can't say shit, and then the F word and all that other stuff. Like,
it's very interesting. I did do a little bit of research involved with it at one point, and it's very interesting. So I think we'll set one up.
Okay.
Maybe in 2024, the new year, we'll set one up.
I like it. We might have to do a little more digging into cocaine. Because, yeah. God, I don't want to bore anybody with us reading more stuff about, like the origins of cocaine. I think we should do a little bit of research and then we'll hit that up again.
Absolutely.
But that is still fascinating, though.
Absolutely, it is. Yeah.
So the guy made it up. So I wonder how he got down to Africa and got the coconut and the coke or the cola nut and coca leaf. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Well, I guess he's a pharmacist, so they probably got shit shipped to them all the time. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Crazy.
That's some cool stuff. That is some cool stuff. It's all accidents. It's like, it feels like a lot of this stuff is accidents.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I meant to do this, but check this shit out.
Well, yeah, here's a good one here.
Yeah, let's go to the next one.
In a New Jersey garage, just prior to 1960, so we're talking 1957. This is after my father was born. Engineers Mark Chavanis and Al Fielding were trying to create wallpaper, a textured wallpaper. Their experiment, however, birthed something entirely different. Plastic with air bubbles in it. Initially deemed a failure for wallpaper, obviously, it soon found its true purpose as a packaging material, protecting fragile items and providing endless joy in the form of stress relief. So these two guys invented bubble wrap unintentionally.
Yeah, and they wanted to make wallpaper, and they ended up making bubble wrap.
Yeah.
That is cool.
Super cool.
Yeah, I love freaking bubble wrap. Oh, I could sit there and just pop that shit for like, I was gonna say hours, but I'd be lying.
Have you ever messed with one of those little fidget toys?
The fidget toys.
A bubble popper?
No.
Really?
I don't think.
It's like a silicone little toy that is just an endless bubble wrap thing. Like, you can just pop the bubbles over and over again.
Really?
Yeah, I can't believe you don't know about them. They're literally everywhere.
Oh my God. I see this another. Oh, those things.
Yeah.
Okay. I think there's one in Izzy's room, but I never really knew what the hell it was.
That's what it is.
Son of a bitch. Well, you know where I'm going when we're done here. I'm going to try find that bastard.
They're pretty fun. I mean, my kids like
Yeah.
them. Like my son loves it. Like
What does it make a popping sound?
some of them do. My
they?
stepdaughter has one that is super loud.
Okay. Because I think that's the part that I like is the popping. Like, especially like the big one, like the big bubble wrap. You know,
Yeah,
and
see-
then you like ring it like you're ringing a paper towel, and it's just pa 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 pa.
My son has a it's like a worm toy, and it's covered in like silicone and has bubbles on it, and you pop them. They don't really make any noise when you first pop them, but like when you squeeze it, and all the bubbles pop back out, and it makes a really satisfying noise.
Oh, okay.
Pretty interesting.
It is interesting. Yeah, I love bubble wrap. Oh, and it used to piss my parents off so much. Because if you know, it's fun for the first like 5 minutes, you know, and you're okay with it, and then it just keeps popping, and then usually it was like, all right, like that's enough of that shit. Like,
Right.
put it away. Either put it away or go outside and do it so we don't have to hear it.
My kids always try to pop the bubble wrap that comes in from Amazon or whatever, but I don't let them because I like reusing packaging because like I said, I you know, for 3D prints or things like that that I'm trying to sell off, I save packaging that I get from professional packagers so I don't have to buy it.
Exactly. There you go.
Works
Nothing
out
wrong
nicely.
with that. Yeah. Huh.
All right, so next up here, in 1938, a chemist named Roy Plunkett, great name.
I love Roy Plunkett.
Roy Plunkett accidentally discovered Teflon while working on a new refrigerant. Upon opening a pressurized gas cylinder, he found a mysterious slippery substance. Teflon, its non-stick properties, revolutionized cookware, creating a kitchen essential that would forever change the way we cook and clean.
Nice.
Yeah.
Teflon is a very underrated material. We just got new pots and pans.
Oh, yeah?
And I tell you what, I mean, because you used to always have to spray and, you know, put shit on there. Yeah, of course, for flavor and everything. But there's some things I don't want to put anything on. And it just slides right off. Like, I'll just cook things just to cook them. Just because I want to watch it just slide right off the pan. And it
What
doesn't
kind
make
are
a
they?
mess. Beige. That's all I know. I don't remember what the brand name is.
Are they like the hex clad?
That sounds like that may be it. She got it off oh no, it was QVC. Or no, not I think it was. Oh, excuse me, QVC. Oh man, I wish I could remember. The one part that pisses me off though is she got a pot, but it doesn't have the insulating or excuse me, I'm sorry about that. It doesn't have the like the rubbery handles that that you can grab. It's like the pot and the handles are all the same material. And I did not realize that when I was making spaghetti the one night. And this was the first night that we got it. Well, my dumbass just ended up grabbing both the handles. Holy shit, did that hurt.
Uh-huh.
Luckily, I didn't. It wasn't, too hard. I didn't, like, burn myself. What the hell brand
that's
is
wild.
that? Because we have, like, 3 different depths of pans now. Or, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, pans. They're... is it Karate? Karate? Carote. I believe that was the brand. Hexclad. That's it. Hexclad hybrid non-stick fry pad.
There
it
you go.
is.
Yeah, those are
Yep.
pretty popular nowadays.
Yeah. Yep, that's it. Visit the Karate store.
Huh.
She got it on off Amazon. Oh, check those out. Those have like wooden... They look like they got wooden handles. I wish she'd have gotten that.
Damn right.
Yeah. Well,
That's
maybe
wild.
She still can. Yeah. So, yeah, Teflon is fantastic. Very underrated. Not like anybody ever really ever talks about Teflon enough.
Huh.
I don't think we are anymore either. I think we're on to the next one.
Yeah. During World War II, engineer James Wright was attempting to create a synthetic rubber substitute. His concoction didn't serve its intended purpose, but what emerged was silly putty. A bouncy,
Oh.
stretchy, and oddly delightful creation. Marketed as a novelty toy, it captivated the hearts of children and adults alike.
Yes.
I haven't played with Silly Putty in a really long time. However,
mean-
in the 3D printing world, I just
Mhm.
realized that Silly Putty can be used to mask off areas you don't want painted, and it doesn't like it like absorbs the paint but doesn't take on the paint.
Oh, okay.
Someone was saying that you can just use it indefinitely, and it's just insane. Like they'll never go back to any other way. And I was like, that's crazy.
That is crazy. Huh. I never would have thought that.
Me either.
Yeah. Yeah,
And now I need to get some Silly Putty.
Yep. I haven't dabbled in Silly Putty in a long time. It used to be so fun because you would put it back when people bought newspapers.
Yeah.
You would lay it on the paper and, hold it down, smack it and everything, and then lift it up, and then you would see the imprint, or not the imprint, but the writing and everything would be on it.
Yeah, which is crazy because it never like got dirty from that either.
Nope, you just fold it up and squeeze it, and because what was the other thing we always do? You would always stick your finger up in there, go around your finger, and then you would close it, and then you would like smack it, and it would make a big popping sound, like it would have an air bubble in there. That was really
Nice.
the only two things I ever did. I don't know what else you would do with Silly Putty.
Not much.
Yeah.
I mean, I know people make like the smart putty. Have you ever messed with that?
I don't believe I have. No.
I haven't really either, but I have a thing with magnets. Like, I just really like magnets.
Yeah. Like, do you mean like just like magnets themselves, or like refrigerator magnets, like decorative magnets, or
Just like, yeah, not like decorative magnets, but just
Okay.
like that fidget toy I had with the bricks.
Oh yeah, that is kind of cool.
I don't know what it is, man. I've always just had kind of like a weird fascination with magnets. Like
Yeah.
they like
Okay.
they seemingly defy gravity. So
Mhm.
and
Oh,
it
there's
just
nothing better
intrigues me.
than when you do you try to push them together, and then what's that, the polarity, is that what it is?
Polarity, yeah.
Yeah, you would try to push them together, but they would like separate. You couldn't, and I love that.
Yeah, they just have this like lovely little haptic feedback, and like I don't know, magnets are just my thing.
Lovely, they are lovely. Magnets and lovely are two things. Well, I guess I was gonna say they're two things that usually don't
Don't
go
go
hand in
together.
hand.
What
Yeah,
a lovely
but-
magnet.
But there are like I've got a couple. Where the hell did we go? We went to one of those the stores that's the cheap stuff. Is there one in Du Bois now? Not Hobby Lobby. Harbor, no, not Harbor. God dang it. Like everything's like $5 or cheaper in there. It's
Five
like
Below?
That's it, Five Below. We went to one, I think it was down in Pittsburgh, and I went to their magnet section, and oh my God, they had some of the best freaking magnets. I went to town. I mean, I think I got like 10 magnets. I got like 2 or 3 office related magnets. Then there's a Golden Girls. I've got a.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. I was just looking at them the other day.
Yeah. There was one. I have a Bob's Burgers one. I was just in. That was like the best part of the store. I was just looking at these magnets. I was obsessed with the magnets.
Yeah, I'm all for it. I just think magnets they're dope.
Yeah.
I was like, you ever watch Breaking Bad?
Love Breaking Bad.
When they use the giant magnet to erase the laptop or whatever.
Laptop, yeah. Yep.
I just love that scene when Jesse's just like, magnets, bitch. Like,
that character,
that's so me.
the junkyard guy. That's a very underrated character in that show. I love that guy because he's only in like 2 episodes ever. Because he's in that episode. He might be in like 1 or 2 episodes in a row with the whole magnets. Then he's in an earlier, would it be season 2? Whenever they got to, they're getting rid of the RV. And
It's not Bill Burr you're talking about, right?
No, not Bill Burr. No, the guy that owns he's like tall and lanky. he's got a goofy face. He's like highly intelligent.
I gotta look him up because I don't remember
Yeah.
what he looked like.
Yeah, because he's done a couple other characters. Once again.
Oh yeah. He played
Yeah.
Oh man, he was in Billy Madison.
Oh, he was in Billy Madison, wasn't he? Yeah, he was like the cool.
Yeah, he was in Billy Madison.
Yeah,
He was in Home Alone.
Yep, he was. Oh, I didn't know Home Alone. I know he's in an episode of Seinfeld.
He's the guy in Home Alone. He's the cop, like the chief of police or whatever. When,
holy hell, you're right.
When the mother's calling him.
Yeah. Oh my God, I forgot he was in that.
Larry Hankin. Yeah, he's a good dude. Okay, yeah. I'm with you.
And he was also in an episode of Friends. He was the downstairs neighbor.
He was in more. He was in more than one. It says.
Yeah, he was, because he ends up dying. Then they go down and was he downstairs or upstairs? I think it was downstairs. Yeah, he was in a couple episodes of that. He was in Seinfeld. Here's more we need to do a Seinfeld episode because that's all I could talk hours about Seinfeld. But he's the guy.
Watch before we do that. I'm very behind on Seinfeld.
When Jerry decides when they're going to do the show, and they do the pilot, that guy is the guy that's cast as Kramer.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, and he steals George's raisins, and George accuses him of it, and then he says he's gonna forget it, and then that guy says he's gonna kick his ass somehow. I don't remember how he said he was gonna do it. Stab him with something, or I can't remember.
Yeah, I love the guy who plays Kramer.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, he was.
You seen that recent video of him talking to Jerry Seinfeld about the chess player?
Yes, that's in that comedians. What's that? That comedians with car and coffee.
Yeah.
That's
so funny.
That's a great episode. There's a part of that episode where he's telling, oh my God, who's the celebrity? He's like, oh yeah, I don't live far from this celebrity. And he's like, yeah, you just go down here. And Jerry's driving. And he's like, oh, he's right around here. Turns out this celebrity doesn't even live anywhere close. He was just fucking with Jerry the whole time. It was hilarious. Like that
is funny.
That dude is funny. He had definitely that one little he had dust up there when he was trying to do stand up that got him in a shitload of trouble. Do you remember?
I don't even know if I know what you're talking about.
Oh yeah, he was being heckled. This would have been probably 2005, 2006, somewhere maybe around in there. He was trying to do stand up, and there were a couple black guys that were heckling him. Ooh, he went on a nasty racial tirade, and it was not a good look for him. I think he's kind of redeemed himself, I think. But yeah, it was pretty jarring to hear what he was saying. He talks about that in that episode too. When he did like the chess player one. I don't know if it's still on Netflix. I know that show used to be on Netflix.
I think it still is.
Yeah, definitely watch that episode. I don't remember what season it is, but you'll easily be able to find it. Very good episode. Yeah. Yep. But yeah, so going back to all the way, boy, we really go far off, don't we? but back to the magnet guy. Yeah, that guy's a very underrated actor. Because that episode, that was getting towards the end of the series, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That whole magnets and everything. Yeah, magnets, bitch.
Magnets, bitch.
Because that was Jesse's idea too, wasn't it?
I think so, yeah. It was a genius idea.
It's very genius, yeah.
I can remember, dude, I'm sure you remember, but like, before plasma screen TVs, anybody listening prior to 2001, Brant, I'm calling you out. If you're listening to this, since you were born so late in life,
I hate talking to him sometimes.
Before plasma screen TVs and flat screen TVs, they had big screen TVs, but they were huge. And like, my parents had given me a rear projection 55-inch television that was absolutely astonishingly large.
Yes. And about
And
800 pounds.
it was insanity. But
Yeah.
I was like, I didn't think anything of it. That was normal to me. I was like, whatever. So they gave it to me. And I had it in my room for a while. And as you may or may not know, I like to rearrange my spaces that I live in a lot.
Oh, okay.
I can't stand having it in one way for longer than, say, like 6 months. I get like stir crazy and I have to rearrange stuff.
No shit. Okay.
Yeah, so my parents had let me move my bedroom to the basement, and I had a lot of space in which I could create different areas of, living. And I had like my bed was on one side, and then I had another area that had like my couch and like a TV and like a game setup, whatever. And anyway, I had put my guitar amplifier next to my TV.
Mm-hmm.
And the way that amplifiers are built, big speakers have big magnets in the back.
Oh, I didn't know that.
For different magnetic polarities to help. I don't really know how it works, but it does. And when you turn them on, they activate. So I was watching Fresh Prince of Bel-Air one day, and I was going to play guitar, and I turned my amp on, and the whole TV screen just completely warped to one side of the TV.
Get out.
And then all the colors changed from like normal to like pink and green.
No.
So I turned my amp off. And everything went back to, it looked normal, but the colors were still fucked up.
Wow.
And I couldn't figure out what the hell happened. I was like, well, how did that even happen? I didn't think it was my amp. I just turned my amp off because I was like, wow, my TV's fucked up. So I turned my amp off and I was going to work on my TV. And we took it to Sears and they were like, did you get it close to a magnet? And we were like, no, I don't think so. And I eventually years later realized like, oh, it was probably my amp. Like when I turned that on, it just warped the entire screen.
That's crazy. I never would have thought that.
Yeah, I didn't realize that they were that powerful. Like,
yeah, jeez, yeah, those freaking TVs. For a year and a half, or 2 years, I worked at Sears and Du Bois, and there were times that I would have to go out on deliveries if the delivery guys was out or something. And I'll never forget the time that somebody bought, I think it was like you said, it was like a 55-inch screen, and we had to carry that thing through their yard. It was about 200 feet from the road to the house. And those things, there's nothing to hold on to. They was so poorly made for moving around. I hated those things. Hated them.
Oh yeah, they were super heavy.
But they were the shit though. Because those were the biggest TVs you could get. And it was one of those, like, if you tried to watch it from an angle, you couldn't really see it. Was that like the rear projection? Was that like if you were at like sitting to the side of it? Like,
yeah, it was hard to see them.
Yeah, very hard to see. But yeah, those dang TVs. TVs have come a long way.
And they've come down in price immensely. It's amazing.
Yeah, because this was another one of those. When I worked at Sears, I worked in the receiving department. So if somebody bought a TV of any size or anything, I would be the one that would bring it out to the car, and loved that job. That was a great job. Great group of guys I worked with too.
Nice.
But it would be, I still just remember a TV as small as 32 inches. You would have to have two people. There would be two of us that would have to put that in the back seat of a car because of how heavy it was.
That's wild.
I mean, you could do it by yourself, but yeah, me and strength have never been two things that go together. I was not a very strong guy. And plus it was somebody's item, so, and there was always two or three of us anyway.
Right,
man,
you gotta be careful.
Yeah, that's like, the TV I have in my living room, it's 55-inch. I pick that thing up, I can, do whatever I want with it. I just think of back then with those TVs, how much they weighed.
Yeah, and how much they costed and everything.
Yep.
Now it's pretty easy. Like, I don't have to worry so much about breaking a TV because I could, go grab one with out of my next paycheck and not be out that much. Like,
exactly. Yep.
Pretty nice. So
Yeah, I still get nauseous about the thought that I could have gotten a 65-inch, but I didn't.
Yeah.
And it wasn't all that much more. But, what's 10 inches?
Well, 10 inches can make or break a relationship.
I wouldn't know anything about that. Oh, I don't know.
All right, number 10,
back
and
to
the last one.
magnets. Yeah. Oh, no. Okay, we're done with magnet? Yeah, I guess we're done with.
In 1923, Richard Drew, the man with two names, another 3M employee,
Oh, these
sought to
bastards at
create
3M.
a durable, transparent, and adhesive tape for when painters complained about the difficulty of masking cars. Drew's invention came to the rescue. Scotch tape, with its clear, adhesive, and easy application, became an indispensable tool, forever changing the way we mend and seal.
Those sons of bitches at 3M. Huh. So that was originally for painters. So Scotch tape must have came before the actual painter's tape, I wonder. I would assume, because if there was no adhesive at all before.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. That is some cool stuff.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I got one for you. I haven't Googled this or anything. I think I talked about this a little bit at work the one night.
Okay.
I just always remember, and but like I said, Google may prove me wrong. I don't know, but Viagra was initially made for people with heart disease. That was the original intention, was to help with anything heart related. Turns out it was giving men boners. So I don't know if it was doing anything I don't think it did anything for the lady. But then once they see that these men were getting, massive erections, that they decided to make it a boner pill.
Wow.
Yeah. Like I said, I could be completely wrong on that. I probably should have actually done research before I start running my mouth. Let's see, Viagra original use. Treat hypertension. Yep. It was originally synthesized and studied to treat hypertension, high blood pressure, and angina pectoris, a form of cardiovascular disease. And then it was patented in 96 for approval with erectile dysfunction. And then in 98 became the first thing to treat the old boners. So we can, some of these ladies out there, could maybe thank the people for that, or maybe
so it was created
to
help angina, and it helps the mangina instead.
Yeah.
Wow.
I hope I didn't say, when I said angina, I hope I didn't start with va at the beginning. I think I did say angina. But I know my mom, she had it at her house. She had some heart problems. She'd had a double lung transplant.
Oh, okay.
Back in, I can't remember what year it was now, 2004. And then she also had some heart issues too. So after all that, she, because I remember going to the house one time, and there was just happened to be a pill bottle, and then it said Viagra. And I'm like, what the hell? And she's like, it's actually for me, for my heart issues. And there was a little part of me, I was 20 something at the time. At that point, I don't need no Viagra, but I still wanted to try one just to see.
Which little part of you?
You know what little part? The PP. There's that curiosity, the curiosity, what's that saying? The curiosity kills the cat. That's a saying we should have looked at, what was that, last week's show or 2 weeks ago's show? What part of curiosity kills the cat? Have you ever heard? Yeah. So of
course I've heard of it. We talked about it.
No, we did. Are you telling me we did it again and I don't remember?
We talked about curiosity killed the cat.
No.
Mitch.
Are you fucking... We couldn't have. I don't remember this. This is bullshit. I guess I gotta listen to my show.
You remember Cats and Wagons?
Oh, I was obsessed. That's right, because I was so obsessed with the pigs and the cats and the wagon. Okay. Ton of them, bitch.
And it's not in the notes of the episode, but when I looked up cats out of the bag and things like that,
Yeah.
they talked about Curiosity killing the cat.
Yep, you're right. You're right. That's 2 now. Boy, I'm really sucking today. That's all right though. But
Good.
yeah. So back to erections.
I actually have one for you too that's a little out of context, but
Go for it.
interesting enough.
Yeah.
It is. You might have heard of it. If you were on TikTok 2 years ago, you probably would have heard of it. It was everywhere. This is maybe not 2 years ago. This is apparently from 2018.
Uh-huh.
Christmas of 2018. The Great Glitter Conspiracy.
Glitter conspiracy.
Yeah, so December 21st, 2018, the New York Times published an entertaining investigation into the history and secrets of glitter, a holiday staple since 1942. Glitter is technically aluminum metallized polyethylene terephthalate. It takes 1,000 years to biodegrade, and most of the world's supply is produced in New Jersey at 2 different glitter manufacturing companies. And although reporter Katie Weaver tried to visit each of these companies, only one, grudgingly, allowed her inside. The company Glitter X was secretive about its numbers, but it did reveal that the most popular glitter color by far is silver. And to remove glitter, the company's CEO suggests using soap and water or fabric softener sheets to combat the plastic static cling. The story's most tantalizing detail, however, is that one of the glitter industry's biggest clients doesn't want the public to know what it's using glitter for.
Wow.
Or no, doesn't want the public to know that it's even using glitter in the first place. And the answer is, or the question is, why?
Yeah.
When asked if, as Weaver reports, when I asked Mrs. Dyer if she could tell me which industry served Glitter X's biggest market, her answer was instantly, no, absolutely not. I cannot do that. I was taken aback, but you know what it is? She said, oh God, yes. She laughed and said, and you would never guess. Let's just leave it at that. If asked if she could tell me why she couldn't tell me, she said, because they don't want anyone to know that it's glitter. If looked at, I wouldn't know it was glitter. Or no, if I looked at it, I wouldn't know it was glitter? She said, no, not really. Would I be able to see the glitter? Oh, you'd be able to see something, but I can't tell you.
Wow.
So Weaver went on to ask the glitter representative if she would tell her who the client was off the record, and she would not. Or even off the record after the story's publication. Also, no. At which point the representative leads to her unrelatedly to the automotive grade pigments. Later in the piece, Weaver notes that the glitter appears in items like NFL helmets, credit cards, and jet ski paint jobs, and that its researchers sometimes feed glitter to animals to track them via sparkly feces.
Jesus.
So says that the first guesses was that it might secretly call for massive amounts of glitter were weapons, flooring, let's see here, jewelry, tiles, cars, anything like that. So like apparently, glitter is being used somewhere. It's the biggest client of all time, and we don't know that we're even seeing glitter.
Wow. This has documentary written all over it. Like,
I'm telling you, man.
Like, there's going to be some big freaking mass revelation when it comes to whatever this is. That's amazing. I know glitter sucks. I hate glitter. I hate everything about it. Dryer sheets, bullshit. That doesn't come off. I once had a piece of glitter stuck on my face for, I feel like it was like 2 months. I could not get the damn thing off. And it would always move. It was always in a different spot on my face. Sucks.
Yeah.
I hate it. Wow. But yeah, that, and I always thought I remembered, I was always told about, don't eat it. Don't eat the glitter because it's poison. I always remember being told growing up that glitter was poison. Or poisonous, I guess. It's not like I would die, but I would get sick. There was a lot of shit growing up. I need to really sit and think about this. Maybe some of the people that are around my age would drop a comment, but I just always always feel like there was something every day. It was like, well, don't eat that, you'll die. Or don't eat that, that's poison. It was just felt like everything was poison back in the 80s.
I mean, we could do an episode, 20 lies your parents told you as a kid.
Oh, my God. What was the one?
Let's see here. Reading in the dark will ruin your eyes. Knuckle cracking leads to arthritis.
Yep.
Gum takes 7 years to digest.
I even had a school teacher tell us that, Mr. Cathcart.
Right. Chocolate milk comes from brown cows.
Oh, people that believe that are freaking morons. If somebody believes that and they're honest, no, I'm not even going to say what I would do.
Crossed eyes will stay stuck that way.
Yep, I got that told a lot.
Swimming after eating will cause you to drown.
I was always just told I would puke.
I mean, it will cause your stomach to cramp and you would end up drowning. Watermelons will grow in your stomach if you swallow the seeds.
Yep, my sisters would tell me that.
Sitting too close to the TV will cause eye damage.
Yep.
Touch a toad and you'll get warts.
Yep.
Keep your eyes open when sneezing, they'll fall out.
I was never told that.
The family pet is living happily on a farm upstate. Oh my God, that's fucked up.
I feel like I had a friend that they told that too, but I never. No, we were pretty much told when our pets died.
Here's one I was told a lot growing up. Drinking coffee stunts your growth.
Yes. I feel like I even saw that on the 6:00 news one time. I really feel like I saw Dan Rathers talk about that there was some sort of scientific proof that it did that. Because
dude, my beloved grandfather had me on his lap drinking coffee at age 2.
Really?
Yeah, I've been drinking coffee ever since I was 2. 31 years.
Jesus. I think I've tried coffee maybe twice in my life, and I think it's gross. Love the smell of it, hate the taste of it.
I feel you.
Yeah. Yep. Wow.
Man, there's a lot.
Oh, we
Storks.
need to, yeah. What about storks?
Storks deliver babies?
No, you're an idiot if you think that. Well, I guess if you're really little, I could say that.
Yeah. I was just watching The Grinch with Jim Carrey.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know if I just missed it or whatever, but whenever the babies come flying into Whoville or whatever, and the Grinch is like one of them, and they're doing the little origin tale.
Yeah.
You remember that scene?
I do remember, yeah.
And then the one family gets the baby and it lands and he goes, honey, our baby's here. And he looks down and he goes, it looks just like your boss. Like,
I don't remember that.
Oh, it's so funny.
Yeah. But here's a fun fact about the Jim Carrey Grinch. 2 days ago was the anniversary of me and my wife's first date, and it was to see the Grinch.
Oh, really?
And I still have the ticket stub to prove it.
That's awesome.
Yep, December 2nd of 2000. I went, and this was a couple months after she stood me up on our supposed first date. But we could talk about that a whole nother time. And if she ever listens to this damn show, then she could chime in and, try to put her 2 cents in. But the bottom line is she stood me up on our first date.
Oh,
and
man.
She's lucky she got a second chance. Because, look at me.
Right.
You don't get too many, opportunities for this. She was lucky. But the Grinch was our first Du Bois Theater we went to go see. I remember it was packed that night.
Yeah, it was.
I don't know if it was opening night for that. I don't know if it might have already been out for a week or so, but I just remember it was a very popular movie. It's a great movie.
Oh yeah, just so funny. I was kind of watching it. The kids were watching it. It was in the background, and I just heard that, honey, our baby's here, just like your boss. Like, oh man,
oh, just some of these shows and movies that throw that stuff out there, and you don't catch it. Like, SpongeBob. We just talked about SpongeBob has so many things that if you're not paying attention, they'll throw something in there, then it's just like, oh my God, like, that's dirty. That's filthy. Yeah. But they do it in a way that's just perfectly done, and you would never notice.
There was an episode of SpongeBob, and I remember they were like passing a jellyfish around
Uh,
circle and letting it shock their tongues,
okay.
like it was fucking them up. Like I was like, what? Why are they doing that? Like it was like an episode of That 70s Show. I was like, this is wild.
Oh. I
It's
love
just, I don't know,
SpongeBob.
man.
Like, even before Izzy was born, well, I was watching SpongeBob. I was watching. Well, I mean, me and Autumn had been married for 5 years before Izzy was around, and it seemed like every morning we had SpongeBob on, and I just absolutely loved that show. Don't really watch it much anymore, but there's a couple times that I'll flip over and watch it and chuckle.
It's like weird now. It's real weird now.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
I'll stick to the old ones then.
Yeah, the old ones are good stuff.
Yeah. Oh, but yeah, glitter. I don't understand glitter. It's just, it serves no purpose other than it just
looks pretty.
Yeah, and I feel like they just started putting it on NFL helmets within like the last 10 years. Because I remember when HD first came out, and it was like the biggest rage, and we ended up getting Dish Network because you could get an HD receiver. And I remember watching, I think it was the Dolphins game, and I was like, they showed a close-up of the helmet, and I'm like, the hell? I'm like, they got glitter on the helmets. I had never really noticed that before.
Yeah, apparently it's just top notch. People love it.
Yeah, I don't get it. It's the biggest pain in the ass to deal with.
It is. I can't say. That's why like glitter bombs are a thing.
Yeah. Ugh.
Could you imagine? I would be so mad if I got a glitter bomb.
Oh, I would probably. I'd murder somebody, I think. Yeah, like, that would be terrible. That was fascinating stuff. I loved it. And I'm glad that I didn't read, that I went in totally blind. I love that shit when we do that.
Yeah, that's all. That was perfect. It was exactly what I was hoping for.
And I hope the listeners do know that, like, a lot of this stuff, and I think we do say it on here. This is like, when we read this is literally the first time that we're reading this. Like, we don't read it and study it, and then we come on and then act like we are legit first-time listeners to these stories and everything.
Right. All right. You want to do some super fights real quick, and then we'll wrap up?
Let's super fight. Let's
All
get
right.
a good one this time. I hope it's a good one.
All right, Mitch. Choose for you. You got a T-Rex.
Nice.
He is. I don't know what that is. I'm gonna choose a different one.
Okay.
He is a super genius.
Okay.
And is a believer.
Oh, well, that
and
changes
is convinced
everything.
that is convinced that your opponent means Bieber bodily harm.
Oh, okay. See, that's kind of what do they call that? An oxymoron. If you're a super genius and you're a believer, that's like those two. It's another one of those. Those two don't jive. They don't jibe.
They don't jive.
They don't jibe. So I do remember that one.
All right, you're gonna be facing me, who is the Men in Black.
Ooh. Now I'm hoping this is Will Smith, Tommy Lee Jones, Men in Black, not that one where it was Hemsworth and
the girl. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so it is Men in Black, and I have a sidekick, and my sidekick is Stephen Hawking. The Men in Black they have laser eyes, and they know kung fu. And Stephen Hawking is arm. Oh yeah, hold on. That was all. Stephen Hawking is wearing a suit of armor and has a bow with unlimited arrows. Wow.
Okay.
All right, so we got Men in Black with laser eyes that know kung fu, with the sidekick of Stephen Hawking wearing a suit of armor, armed with a bow with unlimited arrows, versus a super genius T-Rex who is a believer and believes that us as a group over here are meaning to harm Justin Bieber.
I
So,
mean, come on. I mean,
He is
the
out
only
for
thing
lust,
that would,
bloodlust.
yeah. The only thing that would worry me about the Men in Black is the little tampon-looking mind things that they have. I don't know what the hell those things were called. The mind racer.
Oh, the
things.
the mind.
They just always looked like. I just always kept thinking, oh my god, these things.
I mean, I'm just gonna take. I mean, I feel like
looking things.
I feel like Stephen Hawking with a bow and arrow. It doesn't matter. He's not gonna be able to do anything, so he's out.
Yeah. In suit of armor, T-Rex is gonna be able to. He'll just swallow him whole, no big deal.
He's out of the running, so that's down and out. So
yeah, but if I'm a T-Rex, and I think that agents K and J is K and J, right? I think that's right. K and J were out to get Justin Bieber. I mean the absolute rage that this T-Rex would have. It would to me it's another no-brainer. It's even if you're trying to use the little mind thing, my T-Rex could just swing right, use the tail, poop, swing.
Yeah. I mean,
God.
even if like they wiped his mind and he's like, "Who's Justin Bieber?" He's still gonna be like, he's still gonna see the Men in Black and just see food. So I feel like their laser eyes and their knowledge of kung fu might, not matter. So I'm gonna go with you, man.
Yeah, I forgot laser eyes, but I think the T-Rex, the laser eyes would worry me too. But how powerful are the laser eyes?
Right. I'm just gonna assume that not enough to take down a scaly T-Rex. So
yeah, and who's also a believer. Those girls were psychos. I just remember watching like videos of them. Oh man! So imagine a believer of that size and strength.
Right, and a super genius. Come on, man.
Yep.
They're done.
Forget it.
I'm with you. Mitch wins.
I do win. I think I've won them all, so haven't I? No, you won the last one. Because what was it? It
was Homer Simpson. Yeah,
it was the Homer Simpson one. No, because I was saying that you would win, and you were trying to say that I would win. But I think we decided that you would win.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with me winning, unfortunately.
Yeah. So I'm 2-1 so far. I had, what was it? First one was Vader versus Heisenberg.
Yeah, definitely a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Sweet.
I like that. We should have standing a little won and loss record. Oh,
perfect.
That's good stuff. Great to be back.
Well, absolutely.
2 weeks off felt like, at times it did feel like it's been 2 weeks since I forgot shit that we talked about 2 weeks ago. Apparently.
Yeah. Oh, it happens.
It does.
Let's see. Next up, it looks like we're going to have a lovely set of Christmas episodes.
Nice.
And just going to quickly go through some of the things that we can and or will talk about. It'll be up. I'll let me and you can talk about it together. But the website that I'm going to be getting all of the sources from is called whychristmas.com. And there's a ton of different information on here. But when and why Christmas is celebrated on the 25th of December, Advent, Christmas versus saying Xmas, Christmas bells, Boxing Day, which we kind of talked about before.
Yeah.
Candles, candy cane, crimsons, Christmas cake, carols, history of Christmas carols, Christmas cards, Christmas Eve being a thing, why the colors are red and green.
Yeah.
Eggnog, electric Christmas lights, elf on the shelf, holly in the ivy, Yule logs, just things like that, poinsettias, and how
mistletoe.
all of these have mistletoes on here. Yeah,
gotta have mistletoe, and I can't wait to learn about this Krampus. I didn't know Krampus was a real thing until whenever the movie came out, because I was like, what the hell is this about? And then it's like, well, that's a real. I'm like, it was 40 years before I knew what the hell Krampus was.
We'll do Krampus and Belsnickel.
I forgot about Belsnickel. That's great.
Yeah, we'll do Krampus and Belsnickel and the history of Santa Claus and and how all of that stuff came to be. Because listeners, whether you know it or not, modern day Santa Claus was all the fault of, let's see here, what's his name? We just talked about him.
I don't know.
Oh, here it is. Dr. John Stith Pemberton, who created Coca-Cola. Without that invention of Coca-Cola, Santa Claus as we know him today would be absolutely not the same.
No shit.
Yep. So we'll talk about that on another episode. So join in next time for a Christmas extravaganza of ineffably sublime proportions.
Can't wait.
And with that, we will wrap up this uproarious journey through the inexplicably sublime as we want to leave you with another challenge. Please share us your thoughts and on the topics that we covered today. What's your take on inventions or things that you use every day that might have a weird origin story? And if you have another topic that you'd like us to explore, then hit us up.
Yeah, we'd love to know. Because there's stuff out there, I'm sure, that it's like I'd never even think about. So, yeah, give us the feedback. We want it.
I encourage you to think about when you're using something. Like, how did this come to be? Because I was simply doing something like washing a dish. And I was like, how did they decide that soap is the way to go?
Yeah.
So you can connect with us on social media and drop your wittiest ideas and become a part of the Ineffably Sublime community. We are on Facebook, TikTok, Threads, and Instagram, and we are available literally anywhere that you could find podcasts. Do not forget to hit that subscribe button for a guaranteed dose of laughter and enlightenment. And if you like the show, please leave us a review. Like Pickle Van Fleet, thank you for that review. We will read it out loud on the show. Whether you hated it or not, we will definitely read it.
Absolutely.
So until next time, join us for our Christmas episode, and we'll see you then.
Peace out, y'all.
There you have it. We have been your guides through the wonderfully weird, and we can't wait to dive deeper into these categories in future episodes. Stay tuned for more unpredictable, edgy, and uniquely hilarious content. And remember, it's a strange world out there, but it's all part of the ineffable, the sublime, and the magnificently bizarre. Thanks for listening, and be sure to stay tuned for more.